ARK Survival is Evolved is a game, so you shouldn't take what I say seriously, but this video is just for fun, so enjoy. And ARK has a bunch of crazy models. Okay, so we're going to go through some creatures first, like this Archaeopteryx over here. Its feather precision, its head looks, head doesn't look off, but I don't know why it has those stuff above its heads, which looks a little bit off to me, but, it's whatever. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit more lax here because, it's ARK. So, Argentavis over here, this looks okay. Again, its head. Dimorphodon's model seems like it took a bunch of inspiration from Jurassic World, which Dimorphodon, that design is just incredibly inaccurate. It's supposed to look a little bit more like this, for example. It isn't too far off. Actually, it's kind of far off ARK's design. Ichthyornis, its head should look a little bit more gorilla-ish. I know it's a terrible comparison, but here is a more accurate Ichthyornis over here, and its head looks a little bit more gorilla-ish shape. Mechanera is fine, actually. I don't see any problems besides its head. Pelagornis' beak, though, are a little bit off. Actually, the beak is fine. Sorry about that. I think they got Quetzalcoatlus right, for the most part. But its beak should look a little bit more like a pincer. That's pretty much it, though. Man, ARK creates better models than Jurassic World. Cynomacrops, of course, its colors are a bit crazy, but obviously it's ARK, so I can forgive them for that. Tapijara uses an outdated crest, as you can see. These would be a little bit more up to date, as you can see here. It's kind of like Jurassic World, the game. What a shame, though. It's kind of sad. Tropicognathus, its skull proportions, its skull stuff, and, its mouth a little bit over-exaggerated, given that it's a video game after all. This is a more accurate Tropicognathus, as you can see. I can't really rank on Ammonite because the Ammonite broadly refers to a bunch of creatures under that, whatchamacallit, clade, right? It's the subclass Ammonoidea. Androsarchus does look a little bit more like a hippo in this, so this is automatically better than Jurassic Park / Jurassic World interpretation of Androsarchus, which looks more like a canine than a hippo. Obviously, Archelon did not have that hair frill, but outside of that, Archelon doesn't seem too bad. Baryonyx looks a little bit awesome, bro. Obviously, because it's a game. Its skull should have a less crocodilian influence to it, even though Baryonyx is a semi-aquatic dinosaur. The head of the Basilosaurus is outdated. It should look smaller in proportion to its body, with its body size, and that's pretty much all there is. It's definitely much shorter, but Basilosaurus being a prehistoric whale, I think they got that depiction fine, I guess. Castoroides is a prehistoric beaver, and I guess this is fine, I suppose. Problem with Stodaria is that it's a whole phylum, which makes it, a little bit less reliable, obviously. Stodaria obviously includes jellyfish, but it also contains a bunch of other stuff that are not jellyfish. Deinosuchus being an alligatoroid, are the foots and stuff a little bit off. Otherwise, Deinosuchus does look a little bit like an alligator, which is good. Diplocalus's body structure is a little bit weird. First off, it should have a longer tail. That's the most obvious one. Its head also is positioned a bit too much like Jurassic World does. This is the Diplocalus. I mean, its body structure is weird, but this is paleontology, guys. Obviously, Dunkleosteus is exaggerated on its bony armor stuff. I mean, it should also be fleshy like any other fish. This is supposed to look like a sea scorpion, although its body structure should be a little bit more flat, I suppose. Given that it's probably based off either Pentacopterus or Echolopterus. Hesperornis, of course, the feathers on top of its head. That come out, it's still a little bit exaggerated. Man, why does ARK, a thing, whatchamacallit, a game that contains even more crazy features than Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. Why do they have more accurate creatures? Late 60s looks like how the media portrays late 60s, which is, which is whatever. But otherwise, let me see. This late 60s is a little bit more accurate. But then again, I could be 1000% wrong. So, there we go. Liopleurodon's head should look a little bit more narrow. That's all I can complain about. Megalodon. It looks like something straight out of a horror movie, but otherwise, the Megalodon is okay, I suppose. It should look more like a mako shark instead of a great white shark, but hey, I'm not a shark expert. Mosasaurus, at least they bothered to even make a model for Mosasaurus. I mean, it's fine for the most part, and it's not important for Jurassic World, so that's cool. Plesiosaur, is it meant to be based off something like a Kaiwekia? I don't know. Sarcosuchus looks a little bit like a gharial, I suppose. Sarcosuchus. I feel like this Sarcosuchus looks more like a crocodile than an actual gharial, which I prefer for Sarcosuchus with gharial-like design. Shastasaurus. Shastasaurus is fine, I suppose. Obviously, Tusoteuthis' design is a little bit awesome broified, thanks to it being in ARK. And Cephactinus' teeth are a bit, well, they look a little bit like something straight out of a horror movie. So that's all I can say really about Cephactinus. I'll do land creatures in another video, so if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching.